Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
What you say to me, all I know is that I've got to be free from the things you do. It will all come back to you. Break stride, I'm sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks. That didn't come out right. Hope y'all are doing good. Whatever. My mouth does not want to work today. Jesus Christ. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. Hope y'all are doing all right tonight. Or this morning. Whatever you want to say that it is. It's technically morning. It's technically night. Well, it is. I gotta come up with a final answer to that, because the time technically AM means morning, or what would mean morning. Am I not wrong? But because it's midnight, 3 a.m. is kind of still at night. 3 in the morning. You could say 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning. But I don't know if you would say 2 at night. It doesn't sound right. Midnight is correct, I guess, but I don't know. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. As I watch the frames drop. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with my internet stuff recently. I don't really know it. Honestly, the video stuff is going to preserve this, which if you can watch the YouTube thing. Let me actually go into the actual whatever bit. So if you want to watch this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/MountainLiquor all one word, where not only you can interact in the chat, you can change how the show goes, etc., etc., etc. But also watch this happen live, unedited, after show included. But once it's gone, it's gone for after the 2 weeks, and after that you can still watch every individual episode on YouTube. All of them starting at 100 on Spotify, but also on Spotify. Here's the big thing that I want to really talk about. I finished this past Monday. I finished the absolute last episode of Midnight Ramen, the radio show, which you can listen to on Spotify. Now, I know Spotify has a lot of, weird poo-poo things about it, but if you want to find artist music on any platform, I mean, other than maybe YouTube, which, I don't know, which is honestly worse, because they do not pay their artists. They're worse than Spotify, but that's besides the fact. But Spotify is the way to go if you want to, do something like that. So there is that. And also, I feel like for music, it's a lot better. You don't have to deal with as many ads. Even when I was in high school and I didn't have a premium account, I totally. I think I maybe got an ad every 30 minutes. 15, maybe 20, I don't know. But it was consistent and not forever, And I don't really know. It's been so long since I've ever used non-premium Spotify, but Spotify premium. Or no, yeah, non-subscription Spotify. But I don't really know. Yeah. Which I don't really know when the last time it was. It must have been like 2016, 2017. But yeah, that was a way to do it for the playlist. So like every single episode of the radio show has a music playlist. So if you want to check out the music that I played in the radio show, you can just go check the link in the episode description and you can literally pull up the playlist. It's super cool, super neat. You can go pop back and forth between it if you absolutely want to, or just listen to the thing as a whole. That's kind of why I made them. This last one was extra long. It's crazy to think that. So, I mean, I do talk a lot in this last episode, and I kind of don't like edit it as much as I did with the other episodes, but it's crazy to think that it's finally done. I finally did it. I finally edited all the episodes down. I got them done finally. Because when not really when I first started the show, but I feel like early on, I recorded them just for posterity. And it's like, hey, maybe I could use this for like a project or something later, which I eventually just did. Those weren't too bad. Could they be better? Definitely. I think it's the source of the recording, especially on like the pre-pandemic episodes. I was recording an MP3 file as opposed to a WAV file, which significant quality. And if you listen back to the episodes, you can and will hear it. It is significant. Like there's kind of like on some of the early episodes, there's like kind of like a hissing sound. It feels like, and that's because it's the MP3. Like on the later episodes, even though I'm wearing a mask, like you could tell on some of the episodes I'm wearing a mask. It's so much better, so much better. Yeah, but some like I could tell stories about it, and I might honestly just do it. It's been 5 years. Oh, it's been 1 week since last episode, but 5 years. It's you know what? It's been 5 weeks. Wait, no. It's been 1 week since the last episode. And there's the title. 1 week and 5 years. That's actually the title. It's been 1 week, ... and 5 years. Wait, no. It's been ... 1 week, parentheses, and 5 years. So, and also like last week too, on Thursday, well, technically would have been today, well, a week ago, that's when the Dragons graduated at Moorhead. So I'm kind of glad about that. That's cool too. Oh. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like my feelings with that. It's so strange. It's been yeah, it literally has been 5 years to the date. I mean, no. Yesterday would have been the date. 5 years to the date that I would have graduated or had my graduation ceremony on the 13th. I do have my diploma. I know where it is. I generally know where it is. But yeah. I heard a crashing in the other room. I don't know what that is. Unless if someone is looking for it, which I think they might be in the right area. Hopefully not. Someone might be, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just blanking. So honestly, doing the show, it feels so weird. It has been that, and I feel for the like people who are graduating and stuff like that now. Like, I don't know. It's like it's so weird. It is a weird time. May has always been a weird time. So I just need to reflect. I need get. I should have taken that second when I got the drink to like think out my thoughts, because like I'm jumbled and I'm like got that like mush mouth. Like my head is thinking further than my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But just some. You know what? Let's just talk about some stories from the station. So when I initially started, uh one of the one so actually one did I ever even tell? No, I don't want to tell that one. I kind of could. um Man, I wish I had my interview sensation, because like when I was part of the could be graduating, true. um so when I was with the radio station like when I was a freshman, I was interested in doing something with it, because like, hey, it's an organization somewhat adjacent to what my program does, and I knew people from my program were in it, so I'm like, hey, that would be something fun to do. And I went to like they do like a bi like a semester meeting. I've been to every single one of them, you know, probably except for the ones during COVID. Uh, but like I went to every single one that I could. Um, and I didn't really do anything with the station for like the longest time, and I even like kept like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something," and just for the longest time, I didn't do anything. And then, as the story goes, I did the tradition of midnight ramen as just something I did in the dorms before, you know, at midnight, um, when I didn't have to get up early for class. Like, again, like I could have like had 8 a.m. classes and been absolutely fine, because I lived like a hop, skip, and a jump away from my classes, like literally in Ballard Hall, or Blard or whatever. I don't. It's not there anymore, which sucks. But I wonder what they're gonna put in its place, because I feel like they should put something there. But I don't know what they're doing or they plan to do. But it sucks that it is gone, because that was like the place if you wanted to get like your own dorm. I mean, there were other ones, Snar. You could actually the can. I, Grantham? No, not Grantham. Why am I forgetting Nelson? Like Nelson was the one that you could really do that, because it was shaped. It's shaped like a fucking can, and like it goes up 12 stories, technically. But even so, like Blard was close to the thing. If you had class, you can just do it, get up, and go. It was that close. Like I did that my sophomore year. It was hella expensive, but like, hey, what? I mean, it did beat having to pay for rent. So there's that. Like, actually, thinking about it, probably yeah. If it was like say $2,000, and I was there for August, September, November, December, 4 months, it's like $500. That's actually not bad. I mean, in the area too, what I paid for my apartment when I was there for the last year was about 500, a little over, but that's not with utilities and other stuff. But like for 500 for that, that's not bad. 500 a month. Oh, wait, and then you got to keep your stuff there. Yeah, that's not bad, actually. Maybe a little over. I would say like 600. It's not too nasty. And yeah, you didn't really have as much freedom, but like, hey, you're close to your classes. That's not bad. um, yeah, I think, and it's just about the same as living in an apartment. And honestly, I at this point in my life, I do not want to live in another apartment. Not it's like if I did this in an apartment, it would be just so annoying. I really would want to like treat the room and do a bunch of other stuff. It's like I don't have that kind of patience at like I just would rather do it inside of a home in like a separate office, you know? But I don't, it's weird. But when I did midnight ramen as a tradition, I started posting like Snapchats of it every single like whenever I did it, whenever I could. I tried making a tradition whenever I did do it, I make a post on like Snapchat. And that was the place that I advertised it. And then something clicked. Okay, so what actually really made it work was that I was in like a world music class, so we studied different music cultures and stuff like that and styles and genres. And we were doing a project around like different worldly cultures that we weren't going to be able to get to. And in my group project, we had an RA who I loved to bits and I miss him every single day. Well, not every single day, but like when I think about him, it's like, damn, I wish he was able to come back here again. He's the one of the coolest guys I've ever met. One of the most down to earth and coolest guys. And like not only is he like just like a savant at just like doing random tasks, but he's willing to take the time to sit down with you and to like talk. Like he was that cool. And but that's side tangent of a side tangent of a side tangent. Um so another person in the project was like, "Hey, I need help. One of my friends wants to see if anyone wants to help with a student's project for a film project." So I'm like, "Fuck it, why not?" And I was like, "Okay." So then I went to Snar. It was Snar West. Wait, no. Yeah, Snar West. Is it South Snar? I don't fucking know. I never really knew. I think it might have been South Snar. I don't know. The one that's closest to the park to the main road, but the one that's south. So technically, I think that's South Snar, but it could be West. I don't know. Not the one with the entrance that you have to go into the lobby and then go up. No, I mean there is every single one of them does that, but if you know, you know. The one that has the pool lounge, or like if you go to the main desk in it, you go right. Yeah, whatever. So I went to that building, and for the student film, it was three of us playing. What was it? We were playing Uno, but I was like a cheating card shark for some reason, and I would just like I think me and the station manager, or one of the station managers, or who would be the station manager, were just going at it, uh, like getting really heated in this game of Uno, while this other person's here, just like mom and dad are fighting, wins the game and leaves off. That was basically the whole plot. It's like, oh, we're coming to play a game of Uno, and then it gets really intense, and then I find out to be cheating, and then we just keep yelling at each other, and then boop, this person that basically brought us in to play Uno just like, okay, I'm done. I won. But no, me and the person that were like fighting back and forth. Well, she was, or she is, or yeah, was the station manager, or the student station manager, and we became friends. And even the actually, who were all in that? I have to find that film actually. Now that I think about it, I could be completely wrong on who was who. All I remember is I was cheating. I had like cards up my sleeves. I had like a little gambler hat, like a card shark gambler hat. I was wearing my like. I could have the suit. It doesn't really matter, but it was like a whole get up. And like, yeah. So when I was doing the Midnight Ramen as a tradition, she's like, hey, and she's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And so I'm like, I don't know when it clicked. I think it was one night she's like, oh, that's cool that you're doing this. I'm like, hold on. You're one of the student station heads at the radio station. I haven't done anything with the station, even though I've been here with a long time. Put these pieces together. I can do Midnight Ramen as a radio show. And she's like, oh, fucking shit. Yeah, hell do it. And so I came up with a whole plan. I got everything together. And that's how the show started. And I'm almost certain I said this 1,000 times. But yeah. And so when I started doing the show, a lot of the pieces were already there and starting to get into it and whatever, but like, so to do a show at the station, you had to be a DJ. And to be a DJ, you had to review CDs. And so I used a lot of my practicum I used every single ounce of my practicum hours doing stuff for the station. I was using my reviews as my practicum hours. I was using my show as my practicum hours. So like, the more hours I could get, the more credits I could get out of it. And I listened to quite a few albums when I was doing it. I really do wish I was in the studio or recorded or whatever when I did like not only my first interview with the station, but like I don't want to say play along, stuff like that. Because I remember I took over one of the other head shows for like a segment or two, and like did the music and stuff like that. But yeah. And I don't want to even say names, because, like, I would say names, but I don't want to say their names because I want to respect them. But they know who they are. They know who they are. And the main two that I can think of. I think there might have been more, but really there's two that were like, that I know, that I'm still friends with, that did a lot for the show. Hell, even the channel art was made by that same station manager that was in that student film. Literally. If I even have I messaged to make sure, and I think I took photo evidence just to make sure, like in picture, basically in writing, that I could use it. She's like, sure, go ahead. I'm like, hell yeah. But if I do ever have to give credit, or if I do need to actually give the right appropriate credits, I will. But I would also want to keep their name anonymous, just because, you never know. You never know. But they know who they are, and they have a special place in here because of how much they influence that show and influence what's going on right now. Literally. It's really cool. Damn, now that I think about it. But like a lot of the bits, like the JoJo's Bizarre Radio, which is a whole segment that I did just solely upon the musical references in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, not only by like saying what the reference is, but like actually talking about the song. Man, that was a time. I made it into a whole radio show, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I can't edit these down. I listened to like part of one, and like I couldn't. But I don't know anyone that's still with, MSUM or with the station. But in the last episode, I made more or less a station call, But I think I want to redo that station call if I were to send it to him because, yeah, I don't think it would really fit. Although I think I scripted it so it would fit along with this like exit thing that I had on it. But I think I would probably do it different. I don't know. But man, it was a fun time. That was like one of the main bits that I did. They're like unsponsored sponsors was another one. Like I would say right now, an unsponsored sponsor is Fago. Man, even though they're not willing to give what is it, Insane Clown Posse? They're not willing to endorse them or whatever, sponsor them. They're good shit. And I'm not even what's a gigolo. Like Fago's fucking good, man. The big ass 24 ounce. You get flavors that other soda whatevers don't do, and it's like not shit. Like the pineapple one, this is not bad. Oh, the cotton candy one, absolutely wild, but like awesome. Like what other one does that? None. None do. Uh Orange, and like even compared to like say Mountain Dew, you get more. You technically do. I feel like it's tamer to like a volt. What is it? Not a voltage. Live wire. But it's just like the value of it, of like a bottle of it. Anyway, honestly, I'm looking at the stream. I might just like refresh the stream. I'm gonna refresh the stream. I know the recording's still going, so I'm gonna try to do that. But I don't even know, and I really feel like Discord's being stupid. So if it does, I'm keeping my eye on it. But I think I might go into the magic part. I don't even think it will stop. Hold on, let me actually try and see if I press a button and see if it does it. The button on my stream deck is off. Hold on. Oh, what the hell? Please. Could not as double check your stream key if it's correct. I'm gonna have to pause this. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay. That was so weird. I think that probably solved it. So I had to stop the recording too. That's insane. I just looked at the bottom at my stream for it. So like the stream was bad and it was like tried to reconnect it and it said, no, you're not going to be able to do it. Multiple times. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just going to restart. But on it, that's besides the point. It's happened before. I could be mad at it. I'm not. But it's weird that it is right now. I don't really know what's going on. It's like, I don't know. Might have to give a little chat to some internet services or something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's not funny. Anyway, man, there's just a lot of good things and stories that I could tell at the station. So you know what? Actually, it is a good time to break to the magic section. Let's get to that. Let's go to cards. We got 3 packs of Magic the Gathering. It's weird that I never really talked about Magic in the show. Kind of, you know what? I never did. Weird. Oh, and it's still buffering and stuff like that. I have literally no idea. I have no control of it, and honestly, the stream is gonna probably have to suffer for this one. All right, green pack. So me thinks that the after show may not be long. Not in a nice way. Oh my god. I hate when I get packs like this that just do not want to play nice. I really hate these. Like, I really do. But maybe some of the other ones might do. But when I was. But like when I. One story that I could probably tell. So when I was like building my shows and like coming out of the shows, like, you know, for cleaning up and like turning stuff off, I really didn't have to turn a lot of stuff off, but like, you know, still making sure things are put away, clean, etc., etc. There was like, we'd put on like the automation in between, you know, when people were on and playing and versus, you know, not, or at the end of the night. And every single time, without fail, I would always hear the exact same song. It's Nobody's Home by Art Deco. It's in the playlist of the last episode. And it comes to a certain time and I talk about it. But like, without fail, I would hear that song. Is it the worst song ever? No, but it got annoying because I and only I heard it. No one else did. Not even the station managers heard it. And like, you know, across the board, none of them heard it, which is insane. Anyway, let's get to the pack one, which will be the blue pack. We got a Vibrant Outburst, Daydream, Infirmary Healer. We got the rare already, Steal the Show. It's a 2 and a red. For a sorcery, you could choose one or both. Target player discards any number of cards and draws that many cards. Or Steal the Show deals damage equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in their graveyard to target creature or planeswalker. Not bad. Very interesting. Zombify for the archive. And then a foil bees. And then a Fields of Strife. All right. Pick 2. I'm hoping for a Lorehold. Not a Lorehold. A Witherbloom. I'm really praying for a Witherbloom. I got stuff that I wanted to do to make this work. So we got Borrowed Knowledge. RN Deathbloom Botanist. Daydream again. Ooh, we got Decorum Distraction. Or I can't read, obviously. Decorum. Man, I can't even. 3 and a black. For a sorcery lesson. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. It's a paradigm. You exile this spell, and after you resolve the first spell with this name, after you resolve the spell with this name, you may cast a copy from exile without paying its mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases, which is pretty cool. So it's like Epic, but without the downside of, oh, you can cast spells other than this every turn, which is pretty nice. Spell Pierce, that looks so nice. And then we got a Shopkeeper's Bane for the foil. Okay, yeah, I definitely think the stream was holding a lot better. It was holding better than it was. We got pack 3. We're already on pack 3. Seriously. I feel like there's something behind that. Whatever. We got a Fractal Tender. Mika, Reader of Runes. Stirring Honormancer. Simone's Experiment. And we got Flashback. It's a red instant Target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. It's all right. Then we got a Braid for the archive and a foil Imperious Ink Mage. Ooh, Fuller Forest. That actually looks pretty nice. I actually like that one. So yeah, not crazy packs today. If I were to calculate how much I've spent on Magic packs doing these shows, I don't think you'd want to know. I really don't think you want to know. Anywho, so yeah, so I had to, so to be a DJ, you had to review stuff, and I think really the only album that really stuck out like a sore thumb to me was, and I've actually had a few albums I think chart very well within the top 30, which is like our, top 30 albums and stuff like that. I've had quite a few albums like stay at the top or stay pretty close to the top for weeks on there. And like even sometimes they just come out of nowhere, or some albums would just come out of nowhere and just take the top for whatever reason. And not really sure why. Not sure. But I'd always theme each episode around a certain thing or topic. And then try to play songs based around it, which is kind of hard sometimes. So I gave myself like usually an hour before I did my show, which is like, again, why I heard basically the same shit week after week after week. But yeah, I keep getting buzzes. What the hell's going on? Oh, it's just different shit. Okay, it was like Steam Labs and other things and whatever. No, I gotta wait. Why did I get a buzz for Pokemon? What the hell? Thinks I it's so hot in this fuck ass room I'm in. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Gotta get some air in here. So I feel like I'm like sweating like a pig. Anyway, oh my god, there's so many stories that I could go on, but where do I even begin? I don't want to talk my ear off about stories from the station. There's just so many. And my fan isn't even doing anything. Okay, there it goes. Mike, brother, I need some air. What was it going on? So, I think my first couple episodes were really rough. Obviously. I think I know there's one that the first episode I didn't record because the first official episode I didn't record because I didn't know about it or it didn't hit the record. I don't remember, but the first episode that I have is technically the second or the third. I think it's if we're getting really, 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 really technical, I think it is the third because I had to do another show, like a tester show, just to make sure that I was good on, like, I was good with stuff and good on the air to be able to do things. And I think I was all right. I don't know. But when I did my first show, which was kind of rough, but then I started doing like my second show. That's when I started recording it. Like official Midnight Ramen. And yeah, it just went from there. I said constantly throughout it, like, oh, I should edit him out. I should really edit him out. It only happened a couple of times though, which is insane because like, I thought like I basically had it in the back of my mind, like, man, you need to really edit all of these down and get them done and ready to go. Although for one of my projects, I had to do something akin to that, but it's like more of like a best of. sort of thing. So it really didn't matter if I did that or not. So if I did that or not. So I just did like more or less a best ofs, and that was my project. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything with that. But yeah, I think when I was done with the show, I was like, oh, I should probably edit these now while I still can. But I think what really held me back was that Pro Tools is a bitch. And that's one that I learned on initially. But then I bought a version of Ableton, like, I don't know how long ago it was. I really do not remember. It's like 2022, 2023. I bought a version of Ableton. It could be 2024. It probably was 2024. So I did that and just messed around with it. And then I'm like, okay, once it gets to the episodes, I'm gonna edit them down on this. And honestly, for what it's capable of doing, that was the way to go. It was so fun and so easy, and I didn't have to pay a subscription. I have to pay for a subscription to get stupid fucking plugins. It's just like clean cut, go. And that's what I did. It was so nice to do it on there. On version 12, I probably could update it, but I'm still running this on Windows 10. Ain't no way I'm switching over to 11, dog. Like, hell nah. Hell nah. Ain't no way. Like, get that AI bloatware out of here, dog. I cannot have that in my system. I do not need that. Others like, oh yeah, you could just install a version of it. It's like, but then that defeats the purpose, and it's not the same thing. So what? And then what if it updates? Are you gonna update the stupid bots, the AI bot, so it doesn't show up? Still, whatever. It's like, you got to be kidding me, man. It's like, it's really getting close to the point where it's like, oh, just fucking learn Linux. It's like, if I had another computer, I would totally do that at this point. Which, I think if I were to get a laptop, which I want to do, I want to get like a laptop to test and fuck around with and see what I can do with it. Because, like, yeah. My ass is so uncomfortable in this sheet. It's so uncomfortable. I've been like jumping and tossing and turning. Oh my gosh. This sucks. And now I'm just higher. Like the song Higher by Creed. What was it going on about? Oh yeah. So, like, I think the biggest albums that I did at the station, the one that I love and care about the most is Star Maker by Honey Harper. I listened to the album right when COVID the lockdown was just about to happen. I took them for spring break thinking like, oh, I can listen to them in my car. I can listen to these CDs in my car. And my car at the time does not have a CD player. Or did not have a CD player, and no way that I could play a CD player. So what I ended up doing, and I thought like, oh, we have a CD player at home. I could just use that one. Didn't work. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta. And but you know, COVID was about to the COVID lockdown was about to take place, and so my dad and his friend, or my dad's friend, that we've known for years, was like, you know, I want to go up there just to do a day trip. And I'm like, well, shit, all right. And I needed to grab some stuff anyway, so from my apartment. So what I ended up doing is I reviewed the albums on the way there. And I had two of them. So one of them, I thought was like, we thought it was all right. But then we put the first track of Star Maker on, and he was like, damn, this is good. This is pretty good stuff. And yeah, I think that summer it really grew on me because like I listened to the songs because I remember one time rollers like my ex visited, and I remember we were rollerblading for whatever reason, and I put on the album and just remember just rollerblading to Tired Tower, not too far from here. It was an experience. And I think I just listened to the album more and more and more and more and realized, you know what? This is a very good album. Even though I rated it, I don't know what it was. I think I still have my version of it. I don't know if I do. I think I took it because I knew it was probably going to end up in the pile of like, oh, they're going to get rid of it anyway. So I took it. So I think I took my review copy. I just don't know where it is at the moment. But yeah, we get rid of like old ones all the time. Old review albums every single time. Like whenever there's an event that we could get rid of them, we did it. I have definitely gotten quite a few from them. I have like a couple Run the Jewels, like sample bonus tracks or something like that. A lot of them, or like 4 of them, I think. There's there was like some other good albums too in there. But yeah, it was. And the walls were people that there were so many noises that in the room when I was like doing the show, I'm surprised that none of them showed up on the recording. Like there'd be like a kind of like a I don't know what the there's like weird sounds that just happened all the time in the room. I can't it's hard to pin it down and hard to explain what they sounded like. Kind of like when water softener is trying to like do its job and doesn't have like a whole ton of salt water left. Kind of like that, but he's even then. Yeah. I'm starting to fade in and out. That's not good. It's at 47. What can I say? I've been up all day. Ugh, gosh. Something weird. I'm just trying to think if there's anything really else that I could really think of from the stories from there. There were probably like 2 times that I violated rules that I shouldn't have violated. One was on the last episode, and I knew it was the last episode, and I was pretty clean with it. But I feel like maybe once or twice did I really violate. Like, there's a no food and beverage thing in there except for water because obviously, duh. But I think one time I definitely did like in my mug, the cup, like a water bottle mug. I definitely smuggled in like other drinks, like an energy drink or a pop, like a Mountain Dew, something like that. But on the last episode, I legit did that. Well, I brought a shit ton of them in and then taste tested them and ranked them, which is like the first major real version of the do reviews. Which like I feel like from now on they're just gonna be on here. I feel like I should like edit them or at least point them out in to like give them that grace of like, oh, I did or do review, but I just haven't really gotten to it. Probably should sooner rather than later, just so it doesn't turn into a 5 years later. Oh, bullshit. But I think this year, you know what? This year I think will be a do review for the ages. I didn't do one last year, and I'm kind of disappointed in it because there was a lot of bad things that were going on with Mountain Dew. They were taking out flavors. I just kind of missed it. I was busy, but whatever. I think this year, if I can get it to happen, we are going to do a fucking major big, like, holy fuck, humongous do review. It's going to be something else. Because the first year we did it with Outside FM Cam. And I will say his name because he shows on whatever. Blah, 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 blah. But we do it with Cam. And then the following years we haven't done it with anyone. But Cam, Popsky, and I, like Outside FM, Popsky 99, and I have always had a pact for the Dune movies. We all go see them together, and we probably bring along other people as well. But the thing is, what we can do, what we should do, is we're gonna do a huge do review. Might be at Popsky's place, could be here. I don't know. But it would be incredibly cool to get all three of us to do just the biggest do review that we've ever done. I think it'd be pretty hilarious. Yeah. Ah, man. So I think there's like any other thing with that. We gotta do that. That would just be so cool. We can do that together. End the Dune trilogy with a do review. That would actually be pretty sick. And I kind of also do want to see Doomsday, but like, it's such a petty move that Marvel tried to play. It's like, oh, Infinity Vision is a way to basically more or less combat that they weren't able to get Doomsday onto any IMAX screen. Of course not, stupid. I wonder if it's gonna be really. I don't know. The Russos did make Infinity War and Endgame, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh man, I'm like getting so tired. I'm trying to think if there's any other like stories from the station that I could think of. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the Prince story because like I talked about it when it happens, when it occurs, so that's like for its own thing. I don't think there really is anything that I could think of. Like I'm like deep in thought trying to think of anything. That's how you know. So yeah, I only have okay, so the only one there's no, well, that's not really a story because like if you listen to the episodes you'll know. But there are three guest episodes. Two of them are with my ex, and then one of them is with Davis. And I say his name in the episode, so it's like fucking, like I'm going wishy washy on the idea of like saying names and not saying names, but like I say like he is in the episode. That's his God given name, and that's what he is on the episode. So, like, that was a good one. I didn't record that one. I don't know why or how I didn't record it. But I was able to get him on there. But I was able to like do basically a recap more or less of that episode. And again, like throughout the whole entire process of editing these episodes down, it's crazy to think that it has been 5 years. And not just like, oh, I put them out all at once and whatever. No, 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 no. I've been doing this for a couple years at this point. So now, in theory, my what was it? God damn it! I was asleep, train of thought. Um, gosh, it was like something about the how long it's been. But man, yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad that I got these episodes done, the show edited and done. It was on the back of my mind for the longest time. I'm so glad I got it done. It's so good. It's so relieving because now, like, say on Mondays, I can actually do things. I could like stream or something that is not this. You know, it's so freeing. But is it? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's. You know what? I should just get to the end here. I'm fucking tired. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna send this on the thing to do this and probably go to bed because I'm looking at my eyes. I could see the red. Ugh, that's not good. I've been up. I was up at 6. I've done this before, so I don't know why I'm so tired right now. No idea. Anyways, you've been listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. If you want to watch this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/melted lyric original or in the search bar or whatever, where not only you can interact in the chat, but you can change how the show goes and also change how the show goes. Also, just watch it happen live, unedited, etc., etc., etc. I think I got it right. Yeah, sure. But the after show thingamabob, unedited, for 2 weeks. Once it's gone, it's gone. I believe that's it. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Gosh, I'm like blanking so hard. Thank you to fuck it. Well, let's just skip the gradients thing. Thank you to Gradients for the use of the theme song. Used to it off of the album Call. Their next concert is the 28th. No. It's the 22nd. It's at Amsterdam Bar, and then they're doing a couple shows in Wisconsin, I think, and then back in the MSB area. So there is that. I don't think I didn't play anything by Gradients on there because they haven't had their album released. It does say 2021, so I honestly wonder if he is in there. He probably isn't though. Because yeah. Although I did have quite a few of good few songs. Like What Is This Feeling? Used to It I Have to Do. Or did. Trying to think if there's any other ones. Nope, I think that's it. 2 minutes to wait till this show ends. I'm like tired. I honestly might just like end stream because I'm fucking tired, dude. Like, I don't know what it is. And my girlfriend's waiting in the other room, like waiting in bed because they're tired. We're tired and we're gonna go to sleep. So yeah, I think honestly, no after show for this week because like, it sucks that I have to say that because last week I know I didn't do it, and I think it's kind of like that idea of like, not really adulthood, but like age is catching up a little bit, but like I don't think it really is in this situation. Anywho, I'll just have to remember to edit these in the morning and get this uploaded in the morning. Or I could do it now. I don't know. I just don't feel tired. I'm not up to it. But you know, this is a fun episode, and I hope you guys have had fun listening to this. So, thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that other stuff. But holy moly, as I look at the time, it is not midnight here anymore. But it is midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, I'm also stalling because of the 30 seconds that I lost in the middle there. Until then, bye-bye.
Yeah, well, just when I needed you, I see from a different view. Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, well, I told her I can't let go. Well, I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.